17 Porsche 919 hybrid. This is Brendan Hartley. He's on his out lap and he's flying along there at just over 200 miles an hour.
Still so tight though, isn't it, through the Porsche curves? They just don't give any quarter, and that nearly chopped the nose off the Corvette there.
Yeah, that is squeaky bum time for Ollie Gavin just there coming through the Porsche curves. He's just like, come on, just go past, don't turn in.
Oh my goodness.
Richard Bradley, wasn't it, the P2 leader, wasn't it?
Yeah, with another P2 car there.
Yeah,
I think it's one of the Oak Leges, and it's just so easy to get in the mix of a squabble.
Jack Eakes on the balcony there, Mr. Le Mans until Tom Christensen took his
the Danish dude
title away. The Danish dude. Yes, thank you. Tom Christensen, of course, the Grand Marshal this year. There it is again, that moment as the Ocron Racing coupe just almost gets tangled up with those cars.
That's, and Richard Bradley wasn't hanging about there, was he? He saw a gap and he was just going for it.
Right, he did. He made the most of it.
Actually, yeah.
So Tom Christensen taking Jackie's title of most wins at Le Mans away from him. Oh, and just to mention as well, we had a quick tweet from Ben Macrow. Yes, Ben, the GTs have won before at Le Mans, and Porsche did all through the 70s with their 911 derivatives, and of course famously McLaren 1995 with the F1, and as we just mentioned a little earlier, Porsche came back in 98 to win with the GT1. Alan McNish driving that car before he moved to Audi and really consolidated his name there.
Lovely attention to detail there, wiping the rubber blade of the windscreen wiper.
Well, we're going for another break. You're with me, Mark Cole, you're with Damien Fortney, you're with Jeremy Shaw, and we'll be back taking you to the end of the race in just... 25 minutes to go here on Eurosport. Uninterrupted coverage now until the checkered flag with Porsche 1-2 overall from 2 Audis, another Porsche, a Toyota, an Audi and a Toyota. That is 8 factory cars which are all still running, which is almost unheard of here at Le Mans, Damien.
Yeah, brilliant performance from from all 3 of the factory teams actually at the front, taking those first 8 positions. We didn't really expect this, to be honest. There was a doubt over whether even the Porsches would last, but look at them. They've been fantastic. They've just been trouble-free, really. And it's the Audis that had 1 or 2 little niggly problems. Toyotas have ran very well, although not really on the pace. The number 2, as Jeremy alluded to earlier, has had a pretty trouble-free run. And number 1 had a few little things, but they're down in 6th and 8th at the moment. But the important stuff is up at the front. It's a Porsche 1-2. Nico Hülkenberg in his first start. I was going to say former Formula 1, current Formula 1 driver. Vijay Malla, his boss, I believe, is here. He was certainly here yesterday. I hope he stayed. I'm really happy for Nico Hülkenberg, because I feel that he's a driver that hasn't fulfilled his potential, because I don't think he's been given the opportunity in Formula 1. With all due respect to Force India, you know, he could have had that Ferrari drive that a certain Finn got there 2 years ago, but he didn't get it, and there was rumours that his height and weight were an issue until they made that rule change in Formula 1. But here he is, he's leading and doing a splendid job.
Yeah, certainly height and weight isn't an issue here, is it? And he has been absolutely flawless. I think it's just a perfect drive by that whole team. Yeah, they spent next to no time off schedule and done everything they wanted to do with a minimum of fuss. I mean, the only sort of minor delays, they took the car into the garage at 8 o'clock this morning just as a precaution more than anything else. It was only there for a minute or 2.
And that was under yellow.
And that was indeed under yellow.
Or a safety car, actually.
Yes, it didn't cost them anything there at all. 2 or 3 hours before that, they were balked in the pit lane by another car. They couldn't get out. They had to push the car back to make room to get out of its pit stall. And other than that, I'm not even sure there are any other delays at all. It was an absolutely incredible run for that team.
Yeah, the number 18 car would have probably been with them as well had there not been 2 incidents, one for Neil Yarni and the other for Raymond Dumas, both involving the car skating off the road at the same place at Mulsanne corner.
Yeah, not on the plan. Sorry, that was just Dr. Wolfgang Porsche, wasn't it? Just there in the garage?
I don't know.
I think that was him. Hope it was. Yeah, looking pretty happy. A little bit nervous. And we just saw a glimpse there of a radar as well. So this rain is still threatening to come. There's just over 20 minutes to go. Nico Hülkenberg has actually just passed right in front of our commentary position here, and making his way onto actually 390th lap.
90th lap, 29 pit stops behind him, which is exactly what Audi did last year on their winning run. So that's very much on schedule. Here is the 18 car, Neil Yarni, who started from pole position, still on board that car, but as we said, had an off during the night, as did Romain Dumas. This is the 19 car with Hulk on board, just coming out of La Chapelle into Tetra Rouge, and then slingshotting onto the chute down the Mulsanne.
Slingshotting onto the chute, huh?
You like that?
I do, yeah, quite good at this stage in the game. We talked early on in the race about the possibility of breaking the distance record here for the 24 hours of Le Mans. That stands to who's my sheet open? To 297 laps around this circuit. That was in 2010. 397 laps. We talked about the possibility of that, and then with the final fourth and final safety car period this morning, pretty much put paid to that, and indeed it will do so, but not by very much. Completed 389 laps, as Damien was just saying. We're on the 390th. With 20 minutes to go, they can probably get in another 6 laps, maybe 6 laps, 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah.
So that'll just leave it, less than a handful of laps short of the distance record, which it would have been annihilated. But having said that, I think it's probably a normal number of full course cautions during 24 hours, probably less actually.
Of course, with the new yellow zones.
The new safety zones, I think, was an excellent. I think it's been a great introduction, really, really good.
Last year,
it's made the race, flow a lot better.
Which is obviously why last year it was 379 laps, and that's why we've managed to exceed that already, despite there being probably almost as many incidents. There was rain, of course, last year, which famously took out a Toyota and one of the Audis, and Sam Bird, of course, in a Ferrari.
Probably wouldn't be true to say we haven't had a drop this year, but basically we've had nothing significant.
A couple of drops,
exactly.
but on separate occasions. And I don't think Porsche are going to want to break any more records, are they? They just want this win in the shortest time possible now, in the fewest laps possible. So, yeah.
Right, we have got rain. Rain has arrived at the first of the chicanes on the Mulsanne. Zones 12 and 13. He's on the other side of the track from this at the moment, going into Porsche curve. So in half a lap time, in fact, a couple of spots appearing on the screen now.
Yeah, it's still relatively. I mean, it looks dry outside our commentary area, and we are between where Nico Hülkenberg is now and where the rain is reported.
Raining at zones 12 and 13. Raining at zones 12 and 13. Do not forget, the race has been declared wet. It's raining at zones 12 and 13.
Okay, so does that mean they have to run the rain light? What does that mean when it's declared wet?
We had the situation a little earlier on in the morning, or earlier in the afternoon, whichever it was, and we kind of figured that really it's just an opportunity for Eduardo Freitas, the race director, to say, hey boys, there's moisture out there, up to you. If you want to stay out there and risk it, that's fine. We've told you that there's rain, we've told you the track is slippery, we've told you it's going to be very easy to make a mistake. So if you do make a mistake, or if you do go off the road for any reason, on your head be it.
Yeah, but as Damien said, do you have to have the rain lights flashing at the back?
I don't think so, no.
And if you didn't, would you get a penalty? Wipers going then on the Mulsanne.
Yeah, on the Audi. It didn't look like there was a lot of moisture in the air there, or on the track actually at this second chicane, but he did flick his wiper on there after, and there it's on again.
No spray at the moment. Road isn't wet.
No, but they'll be just I mean, this cockpit style, aeroplane style front windscreen there, the wind is hitting it, so if the rain gets on there, it's going to disappear quite quickly. But he's just switching his wiper on just to make sure that he doesn't miss any of the drops in case it's wetter than he anticipates. And here's Nico Hülkenberg negotiating the second chicane.
Yeah, and they've just had the rain flags, the slippery flags out in zone 6, which is Tetra Rouge. They have pulled them in again though, so the track was briefly slippery. Just in case, they're getting tires ready.
Yeah, well, we talked about it a while ago that what's the fuel this lap? We talked about it when he made a stop about half an hour or so ago, that he was going to be a little bit short, and that is indeed the case. So the race leader will come in.
Well, for safety, you might as well take tires on. They've got a 1-lap lead.
Yeah, and of course, taking on new tires, it limits the chances of getting a puncture. The more the tire is worn, the easier it is to be penetrated by some sort of debris.
Foreign object.
A foreign object, exactly.
Need an update on track conditions, mate. Well, the track conditions are fine, just right. It's just the people supposed to race, nothing bad.
And you'll see they've... You'll see they did have the rain lights on, so the driver's responding well to that. Well, we're just waiting for Hülkenberg to bring that number 19 car into the pits. Looking at the moment, the director seems to have missed him, has he? Hasn't got to that point yet. Has a slippery in zone 11 now. They're saying that's the first chicane. The reports coming in, Damien, from all over the track.
Yeah, and it's really interesting that they get the you know, the information from the teams.
Here comes the race leader into the pits.
That it's slippy, and then of course the teams are asking the driver once he's passed through that area, hey, give us a clue, what's the track surface like?
The director's completely missed the race leader coming in. We just saw him in the very, very background there, and the camera lens getting wet. They're more interested in following the Dempsey car at the moment. It's heading for second place in GT. Right, we've picked it up now. And what are they doing? Just a few. It's a splash and dash. No tyres. They've decided it's not going to be bad enough for that. We have only got 14 minutes left.
And they did change tyres well, a little bit more than an hour ago. They've done 2 stints on those tyres, or a stint and a half on those tyres.
So these tyres will be good and hot, won't they, Damon? They'll still be good and grippy, even if it's damp.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of heat soak there from the brakes, and we're just on board with that's Ollie Gavin in the Corvette, and you can see the little beads of water going up the windscreen, being blown off. But there's very little rain at the moment that would cause any concern, although when you're not behind the wheel, you just don't know.
Well, I'm just having a look across the track at the crowd. No umbrellas or hats going on.
Actually, it is raining right outside our booth.
Right.
Yeah, it is coming down.
Oh, it's just another little variable to put into the mix of what has been the most fascinating race. Now you can see there as the Corvette comes up into our view, his wipers are going even harder now.
Slippery surface zones 14, 15.
That is the stretch between the first and second chicanes on the Mulsanne.
Yeah, we've got a bit of rain here, but a little bit of rain when there's if the track surface is hot.
Zone 14 raining. Zone 14 raining. Slippery track flag presented as zone 14 and now zone 15 also.
Right, that's the straight line.
Yeah, between the first and second chicanes.
Yep. Here's our race-leading P2 car, Richard Bradley, on board.
Yeah, so if it's only, sorry, just got a tweet there to suggest that from, I don't know where it is now, to suggest Richard Bradley's mother is from Donegal.
Oh,
I didn't know. That's fantastic.
Yeah, we were talking about whether he was Singapore or British, so obviously he's Irish.
He must be Irish.
He's Irish as well. Although he has the Union Jack.
We're going to have an Irish winner. Yes.
Any excuse will do.
Right, and double your pay for this weekend.
With number 34 car.
The Oak.
No, the yes, I should say.
The parapluies are out amongst the crowds there. They're getting a little bit of a soaking, but who's going to care? Because this is a long-awaited victory now. Audi, many people feel, have ruled the roost too long. It's good to have some competition, and anything that makes sure it keeps Audi at Le Mans. Well, they want to come back now, won't they, and beat Porsche next year, and on and so on and on it goes. This is what we're all hoping.
Of course, that's sort of been the trend, isn't it? If anyone has beaten them, like Peugeot beat them a few years ago, so yeah, they just want to keep coming back. But yeah, a lot of anxious faces down there in the Porsche garage. You see Nick Tandy there cracking a smile. He's going to be nervous, of course, but you know.
Again, it is raining on the back straight. Post zone 12 is also under slippery track. 12 and 13 also under slippery track flag.
It's not.
Have reports of rain also in Mulsanne, zone 20 also under slippery track flag.
It's the whole of the southern half of the circuit now, basically, from the first chicane all the way around to the Porsche curves.
Yeah. I was just asking about number 34 car. That is the, as you say, Damien, that is the Oak Racing entry, the Ligier Honda. Chris Cumming, Lawrence Vantour and Kevin Escher. They were running in 4th place, I don't know, an hour or so ago, I suppose, and I didn't notice they disappeared off the charts, and they're shown as a retirement, so don't know what happened there, but that has enabled Luis Felipe Derani and Ricardo Gonzalez, and the third driver in the 28 car is Gustavo Jackerman from Colombia. That elevated them into the 4th place now in the class in LMP2, and the Murphy prototypes entry to 5th.
Chris Cumming did have a spin, didn't he, coming out of the Ford chicane some time ago, but he continued.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay, just on a technical note, on a different note, as we can see the rain falling just outside of our commentary area here, we don't know how sort of heavy it is, but also there is some track temperature in the track, so it will probably dry off quite quickly as it falls, but as more falls, then the ability for the track, if the temperature to dry it reduces. However, if the drivers in the cars can keep their tire temperatures up, then that will increase their grip levels and maintain grip levels to a point. So the last thing they want to do is slow down too much to allow the tire temperatures to drop, because then that will in turn reduce their grip level. So we just saw Nico Hülkenberg coming through here as if it was dry.
Yep. And
to be quite honest, that's the way he's got to drive. You know, we're all sort of nervous for him here. Everybody's looking at that, biting their fingernails. There's 9 minutes to go. He's so close. He's just, what, 3 laps away from it. And here's that radio to him.
We understand the intensity of rain is not increasing, but race control is now saying the whole back straight is a little slippery. Steven, please. Listening control. I see how much you've raised on my screen.
And that just proves my point. There you had a very nervous team telling him that it's wet. Wow.
Well,
here's some pictures.
Dr. Ulrich's thrown in the towel. He's decided they've won it, and nothing's going to stop that as long as Nico brings that car back in.
Just getting back to that radio message, sorry Mark, but that's just how under control Nico Hülkenberg is. Everybody's nervous, as I just said before, that radio message, including the team. No one more so than the entire team, and they're just warning him again, hey, there's rain, just be careful, there's rain. And he's like going, I can see how much rain, I can see it on my screen, it's under control. Yeah,
it's the Nico Rosberg school of communication, isn't it?
You're right of it.
Yes.
So bother me, I'm busy. Oh, who's it?
Something like that, yeah. Right, just to remind everybody, as we go into the final 7 minutes of the race, you have to complete the final lap in 6 minutes or you're not classified. Just something to bear in mind. So if for some reason you have a spin somewhere on that last lap and don't make the finish or don't do it in 6 minutes, you are not going to win.
And there's the race leader, the overall race leader, lapping us once again as if the track is dry.
Yeah, and the Collis car, he was just passing out. Good to see they're going to have a finish as well. It's been an object to much derision, the Collis program, over the last couple of years. But if they're going to finish a 24-hour race, that is going to be a big feather in their cap.
It is, isn't it? It looks like both of the Rebellion cars are going to make it to the checker flag as well,
yep.
I think. And that's a very stout effort for a car that really only turned a wheel less than a month ago, tested just once briefly before coming here to Le Mans for the 24 hours weekend and the test day a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and we've still got Nissans running, have we? Yep, we've still got
one of them.
The Krum car running, the 22, still going round. In fact, just one place behind the Collis car, respectively in 39th and 40th places.
Back on board with Nico Hülkenberg in the number 19.
His penultimate lap.
His penultimate lap, it is indeed.
Because he'll slow for sure on the final lap.
Yeah, he'll slow. But, you know, again, getting back to those temperatures, these cars were designed wow, look at those flags.
Up on top of the experience.
Fingernails or flags waving. Yeah, these cars were designed to go quickly, designed to be driven fast, like very fast at certain temperatures, including brakes, tires, etc. So the last thing he wants to do is drop any one of those temperatures and maybe make a mistake. And obviously he's in a groove as well, so it's just negotiating some traffic here. That's a P2 car, just be careful.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Probably waiting for his teammate. I'm sure that Porsche would like to get the 1-2 photograph. They're going to be cruising towards that result right now, and quite sure, honestly, relative positions of the cars on the racetrack. Is that? No, it's not, is it? It's a Rebellion car, a couple of cars back. It's not quite sure where the number 17 car is in relation to the race leader. They can't be too far apart, though.
So number 17, challenge accepted. We're up to 17 wins, and it looks like they're about to get it. 5 minutes exactly till the checkered flag comes out, and then they have one more lap if they pass that flag. Otherwise, they'll just string it out to make sure that final lap gets them back there without having to put in one more. But they've got to do it within 6 minutes.
We're just getting slippery flags showing there, and he's just got a couple of P2s. One is already negotiated, and here comes the other, and another radio message.
Back off a bit, mate, back off a bit. How many left? Probably 2. Depending how quickly we get around, so we can take it a lot more easy.
Yeah, just another radio message from a nervous engineer there. Just take it easy, just take it easy. You can back off. You know, that is an option. You don't have to go flat out, Nico. And then Nico, as calmly and coolly as you like, asking, and you can hear actually in the background from that those Porsche fans. So indeed, this is going to be, well, this is going to be his penultimate lap, right? Unless he slows down a lot on this lap.
3:34 to go. Yeah, if he slows by, it was.
So that's the second place car that has just gone by, but that's already a lap and a bit behind. So there's absolutely no pressure from behind for Nico Hülkenberg. However, there's a lot depending on this.
So the only one of these three who has raced at Le Mans before, Nick Tandy, Nico Hülkenberg and Earl Bamber, going to join the pantheon of rookie winners at Le Mans.
He's slowing down. We'd like you behind him. He's slowing down for you.
That's for the photo opportunity, of course, and a great pantheon of first-time winners, which included, of course, Tom Christensen, Christophe Bouchou and Eric Hellery, in the cabin next to us for Eurosport France. So that is a great honour, of course, to win first time out. There are others, of course, which I'm sure our viewers will remind us of, but that's the ones that spring to mind.
Jeff Brabham on his first attempt as well, didn't he?
Him as well, yeah. That was Peugeot. Yeah, that was the one, of course, then with Hillary and Bouchou. So,
indeed.
Is there any fingernails left there, guys? Can you see?
No.
They're all on the floor. So Nico has been asked, I think, to slow it right down and wait for the number 17. They're going to cross the line. Yeah, but is that tears in Dr. Wolfgang Porsche's eyes? I think it is.
Reinhold Just then probably be magnanimous in defeat, won't he? He always is.
Well, he always has. He'd already been down to the Porsche garage.
Yeah, we saw Reinhold Just as well.
Oh,
no, we saw Wolfgang Ulrich down there.
Yeah,
but, Reinhold is taciturn as ever.
Notably slowed down now.
Yeah.
Just before Arnage.
Wiper still going.
Arnage is,
just 1.5 minutes left before the checkered will fly here at the start-finish line, and Nico...
Mulsanne, rather.
Yeah, Nico now aiming to make sure he doesn't have to do an extra lap. There's the 17 car, which is just ahead of him. Is that right?
You'll see the two...
17 car was behind him.
Behind him, right.
Slow down and wait for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
There's the Audi.
Well, the 19 Audi...
Good God, don't hit this car.
No. 9 Audi just wanting to unlap himself. That's Albuquerque, but he's a long way down, isn't he? 9 laps behind at this time. So, Jeremy.
Nobody wants to pass him now. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is...
We can start to breathe now, can't we?
Yes, yeah, it's been a tremendous experience all the way through. It's been a wonderful race, wonderful crowd, wonderful atmosphere. Jolly lucky with the weather. A few spots of rain near the end. The crowd could do without. Don't like to dampen everybody's spirits on what should be a really joyous podium celebration.
Yep.
That's so funny because Brendan Hartley is joined the back of that queue, and none of them want to pass the number 19, and he's negotiating his way through from left to right, going, "Oi, that's my teammate up there. I'm finishing second, and this is our order. We have to finish in."
Yeah, just
tandem.
Just don't tangle in the Porsche curbs in front of the new Porsche Experience Centre, whatever you do. Into the Porsche curb for the last time. First right-hander, then the left-hander, sweeping through. Checker flag
is up.
Is out. So these cars will not have to do another lap. And it is going to be a photo finish for Porsche. White and red at the front of the field, ahead of the 7 Audi Benoit Trullier. Richard Bradley will win P2 for KCMG. Ollie Gavin will win for Corvette. What a great comeback since 2011, their last win here. And in AM, it is going to be the Russian Racing Ferrari, Victor Shaitar on board.
Yeah, and I think there's more water on the floor of that Porsche garage up there than there is around the track at the moment from the rain. There they go, past our commentary position.
There's the checkered flag. It's all over for another year.
Amazing scenes.
Huge emotion everywhere, including the commentary box. Mark Webber then is going to be on the podium. Former Formula 1 driver, but it's a current Formula 1 driver. Nico Hülkenberg was going to grab all the headlines, and when he goes to Spielberg in Austria next weekend...
Will he go there, do you think?
Is he still going? Does he want to go? Is he going to now drive for Porsche permanently?
Well, he had a good result, didn't he, last time out? Last race is Canada, wasn't it? And had a really good result there, I think, if I remember right.
I'll tell you what, kudos to Porsche for signing him for this race.
And also
really clever signing.
Pat Dempsey grabbing headlines as well with a second place in GT.
Gentlemen, we are right history, baby.
Right.
Well, 219, congratulations, boys. Well done.
A very emotional Nico Hülkenberg. It was a calculated risk to come and do Le Mans, wasn't it? And
a risk. What was the risk?
Well,
he was getting paid. He was driving a competitive racing car, and an opportunity to get on the podium, finish, whatever.
I think I know what you mean.
Races in the world, yeah.
But I don't. As a current Formula 1 driver, he put his bum on the line here. None of the rest of them do that. I'm sure many more have opportunities to come here.
I don't think many of them would have been asked, quite frankly.
Used to be a few.
Well, a big chance of getting yourself hurt here, and
there's also that as well.
Yeah. So
But really emotional. Radio communication.
Racer. I'm absolutely thrilled for all those three guys. I mean, it'd be hard to push to come up with three more deserving winners of this race, or people for whom you're going to be happy to win. It's mean to be happy for a whole bunch of people, but each of these three guys is a great story and a great driver in his own right.
This is incredible for your team, for Porsche. You've done it. You've won the greatest sports car race in the world.
Yeah, what can I say? It's absolutely incredible to win the greatest sports car race on debut. Fantastic for Porsche. We win number 17.
You've done it. Thank you so much.
Well done.
Well done, Liz, for grabbing that interview.
You know, they just sacrificed.
Head of the pack as usual, as is Eurosport, of course. So Earl Bamber from Wanganui in New Zealand, Nico Hülkenberg from Emmerich in Deutschland, and Nick Tandy from Bedford. Let's hear it for Bedford in Great Britain. And
I wonder, are Toyota looking at this these pictures right now? This is the guy that drove for them last year, Nicolas Lapierre. Victorious in the number 47. Wow, that's hugely emotional scenes there.
Isn't it? Yeah.
But Toyota now know now what they need to do to come back next year. They're already well advanced to their plans. They know what engine they're going to have. They know what hybrid systems they're going to have. The car is already being laid down, and they say it will be running in January at Paul Ricard.
That's good. That's fantastic. That's good news for us. We want, really, as spectators, even though we're here in the booth, we want to see all the teams qualifying, participating in qualifying, not just going out there with a racing setup in qualifying and not really participating.
Right, here comes the Corvette across the line. That is the other big winner here today. Ollie Gavin on board that, giving Corvette that victory, the one they haven't had since 2011.
Here it is now. It's just coming into the Ford chicane. That's it. A very leisurely
And this will be a popular win, won't it?
Yeah, Yardley Hastings' finest. Oliver Gavin brings that car to the checkered flag, shares the car with Tommy Milner. And this is the, yeah, it's been a brilliant weekend. For the, not a great week, but a great weekend, a great way to finish. Oliver Gavin, his 5th victory here. Tommy Milner, his 2nd, and a 1st for Jordan Taylor.
Yeah. So,
Lovely to see the onboard shots of Nico Hülkenberg is slowing down lap, waving to the marshals. That's always nice to see drivers do that.
yeah, very emotional as well. You could see the tears in his eye. I'm sure any of us would have. We got them here in the booth, haven't we? And I beg your pardon?
Ollie Gavin's iPod, I think.
Right, just to update you on what happened elsewhere. Richard Bradley, yes, he did win P2 from Oliver Turvey and Sam Bird, as you say, all British 1, 2, 3 there on that podium. And Ollie Turvey doing a great job pulling that little Toyota car up past Sam Bird's G-Drive Eureka car. So a good performance there as well. And in GT Pro, just to confirm, behind Ollie Gavin, David Rigon in the Ferrari. He's showing of James Collado of Britain, Jimmy Bruni, and Fisichella and Villander coming back from their problems to finish 3rd in Pro. Right. So you're going to go to 24 magazine. Jeremy Short, Damien Faulkner, great race. Thanks for being here for Eurosport.
Thank you very much. Pleasure being here.
So it's goodbye from us. We're handing over to Neil Coe for 24 minutes.
First attempt. What a crazy story, man. Thank you so much, everybody. Great effort over the last few months and this week in particular as well.
What an absolutely fantastic performance from Porsche. You're watching Le Mans 24 minutes. Neil Cole and the team are down in the pits, but what a sensational performance. Porsche wins for the first time in 17 years. Nico Hülkenberg becomes the first active Formula One driver to win Le Mans for 24 years. Nick Tandy becomes the 30th British winner. And Earl Bamber joins Chris Amon and Bruce McLaren as the only winners from New Zealand. Absolutely fantastic performance from Porsche. And that was a hard race for them to win as well. They really had to work hard at it. And I'm very pleased to say that I've managed to get through the entire 24 hours without a blink of sleep and enjoyed absolutely every single moment of it.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Le Mans 24 minutes, the big finale, all day and all night and all day again of racing. And look at that, incredible scenes as the Porsche 1-2, and that number 19 Porsche pulls up onto its parking space below the podium here at Le Mans. Incredible drive. I mean, that team have done so well, but Nico Hülkenberg sitting there in that car hasn't got out yet. Just to think, 1 week ago he was getting points in Canada in Formula One, and here a week later he's winning at Le Mans. Incredible scenes, and look, as you look down, even the Porsche flags are bigger than the Audi flags. I'm Neil Cole. Somewhere down in the scrum we should have Liz Halliday and Adelaide de Gouvion-Saint-Sancerre. She will be getting us interviews with the winners and the runners-up and the major players. And there we are, Nico Hülkenberg. A huge amount of emotion there. Earl Bamber, Nico Hülkenberg and Nick Tandy celebrate, congratulate each other. And what an incredible achievement. The least experienced driver team in the Porsche 3-car lineup. And the crowds are gathering. And the grandstands are absolutely packed. Everyone has left the campsites. Everyone has made their way to get as close to the podium as possible. And Nico only just taking off his helmet, his hands device, pulling out the earplugs. What that feeling must be like, us mere mortals will never know, but he's a big smile on his face as they get up on the side of that car. That extraordinary car that was so much quicker in testing, so much quicker in qualifying, and then proved itself to be quicker over 24 hours of racing. I can see a big future ahead of those three drivers as a formidable force, as Porsche returns to winning at Le Mans for the first time this century, for the first time this millennium, and add one more victory, their 17th win, continuing them as the winningest manufacturer at Le Mans and stopping Audi's domination for so many years. Helicopters are flying overhead. Nico Hülkenberg going over there to celebrate. A huge amount of emotional outpouring here. There's a just incredible feeling in the air, that the emotion and the endurance, the fact that it's a 24-hour race. But you know, everything started with scrutineering last week, last Sunday. 56 cars entered, 168 cars tried to start. Obviously we lost the Chevrolet, the Corvette before we even started, but incredible scenes over here. And very soon on that podium they will be spraying champagne, which is a tradition which was started here at Le Mans in 1967. I think it was Dan Gurney So I think Liz...
Sorry there, Neil, I'm getting a little excited because this is history today. You were in an F1 car not long ago. Here you are, your first Le Mans attempt, and you've won the whole thing. Incredible.
I know, it's, yeah, I'm speechless right now, to be honest. It's just amazing to come here first attempt. It's just, I don't know what to say, but obviously super happy, and, you know, release, so happy for Porsche and all the boys. I know the hard work that they put in over the last few months, and incredibly proud. Like you say, we wrote history today. Porsche is back at Le Mans with a big win. Second attempt in the return, after the return, so congrats to Porsche and everybody involved.
Now, how did it feel for you? That was a really big fight with Audi. Did you actually think that you could come here your first time and win this?
No, absolutely not. I mean, we couldn't expect such thing, and you know, the Audis were very competitive, but I think at the end we were without trouble. The car was very reliable. We didn't do many mistakes, just kept rolling, kept driving on the road, and I think that is what brings us here now.
Well, I think this has been one of the best LMP1 battles we've ever seen. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Great job, Liz Halliday there, getting the first interview with Nico Hülkenberg after he gets out of the car here in Parc Fermé. And I believe that the last current Formula One driver to win at Le Mans was back in '91. Johnny Herbert, if I'm wrong, feel free to tell me on Twitter, where Nico Hülkenberg would have been four years old. So that gives you an idea of what a huge achievement it is to be a current Formula One driver and to come to Le Mans, jump, completely change discipline and win an endurance race. He's an extraordinary driver, but of course he has an incredible team around him, all the engineers, the mechanics and the geniuses that have created that extraordinary car that sits there, the number 19, and of course its sister cars, one of which is in second position. I'm hoping that down there in the scrum we'll have some more interviews to bring you as soon as possible, because just look how busy this...
Nick, what an emotion. So, how incredible is that for you to be here with, share the victory with two rookies?
It's... I mean, these guys, they haven't raced before, but I couldn't think of two guys I'd rather share this car with, you know. We've run for not just 24 hours, but we've run the test here 2 weeks ago. We did a complete practice. We haven't put a mark on this car. All the guys have not made a single mistake, and we're stood here in the victory. The victory celebrations, talking to you guys because we've just won the biggest race in the world.
What will you keep from this moment?
Honestly, I could retire from racing tomorrow, and I can look back on today, and I'm sure I will be happy for the rest of my life. You know, I can keep this video and for all my family for forever. You know, this doesn't happen to many people. Many people don't get the chance to race in this event, let alone have the chance to win or come here and win. I'm very, very happy.
Congratulations.
So Nick Tandy there, incredible, saying that he would happily retire from racing tomorrow. I'm sure he'll retract that when the offers start flooding in next week, having shown what he can do. And he's not a rookie here, but he's not exactly the most experienced of drivers in endurance racing or at Le Mans. And the first Englishman to win Le Mans, I think, since 2003. So that's pretty impressive too. The crowds are continuing to gather as we build towards the podium, and the car sits there looking absolutely filthy. But what an extraordinary race it's been. It's been a relatively clean race, no major incidents, some safety car, a few spots of rain, but nothing that can rain on the parade here at Le Mans. As we build towards the podium ceremony for the end of the Le Mans 24 Hours live on Eurosport. There are people taking advantage of the fact that the track is now empty to go for a bike ride. Extraordinary. So we should be lining up an interview with Liz, with Nicolas Lapierre, who is in the LMP2 class winning car, having dominated for so long. Yes, let's go down to Liz.
Nicolas Lapierre. Nicolas, what an incredible result. I don't think I have ever seen an LMP2 car perform quite like yours did. The fastest in qualifying every day. You led practically the entire race. How impressive.
Yeah, it was a fantastic race, you know, from the beginning to the end. We just had a bit of trouble in the night, you know, we had a few issues with the car, so we lost a lot of time, and then we lost the reverse gear as well, so we were stuck twice on the track, losing a lot of time. So in the middle of the race, we thought it's going to be easy, you know, we had a 4 or 5 minute lead, and in the end, it was getting closer and closer. In the end, it's 3 cars in a minute, you know, so it was a very tough battle, but we are very proud today.
And of course, last year you were with Toyota, a huge team, and now this year, this tiny little KCMG team, and you were just epic. That must feel even better.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a young team, only the second time here in Le Mans, but they want to learn, you know, they're keen to learn, and they're pushing. It's young people, and I really enjoyed it.
Great, thank you so much. Enjoy this moment.
It must have been extraordinary to have that victory, especially when there was a spin for them late on. And I think that Pat Long and Patrick Dempsey should be with Adelaide after their podium in GTE Am.
Yes, Neil, I have the 2 Pats with me. What an incredible second place. I'm sure it feels like a victory.
Yeah, when I met you in the middle of 2013, this guy told me that he wanted to set out on a dream to walk up on this podium above us, and this is a realization of a lot of time and dedication, and you know, a lot of sacrifices from this guy to the right of me. And he drove great today. He drove with a lot of heart, mistake-free, and he was very selfless, and we got it done.
We can feel the strong emotion.
Oh, it's hard to put into words what this means, and what the effort was, and the support we got from everybody to make it possible to be here. You know, the team did a great job, flawless in all the pit stops, and Patrick and Marco just drove beautifully through the whole race and into the night when it was really tough. I could listen to hear them, you know, battling it out and what was going on. It was pretty crazy at night, and to be here, I couldn't do it without the support of Porsche and Tag and all these guys. And Patrick's been pushing me and coaching me all year and put me in every kind of crazy car I could get into, and it made a big difference to be here. And now to be up there is definitely a dream come true.
It's why you are here.
Yeah, it was what we were focused on all year. This was what we were focusing on.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's amazing to see Patrick Dempsey fulfilling his dream and following in the tradition of the likes of Paul Newman and Steve McQueen, Hollywood actors making their way to success in motorcar racing. And I guess that's a, you know, spoiler alert for any fans of Grey's Anatomy. He probably won't ever be coming back, because this is what he'll be doing for the rest of his life and career, I'm sure. Well, we're getting very close to the podium. The spider cam is moving, so we so we will now be bringing you the podium in about 5 seconds, so I'll hand you back to your local commentators who will do it in your own language.
Thank you very much, Neil. Well, absolutely sensational scenes here at the Circuit de la Sarthe. Wonderful to see such an outpouring of emotion from the Porsche squad in first and second place. It was almost expected that they would challenge for the win. It was always going to be close whether they would win, but the number 19 is probably not the car most people thought would win. And you were absolutely right at the start, and incidentally, Neil, by suggesting that Johnny Herbert was the last active Formula One driver to win. He certainly was in 1991. He actually shared the car with another active F1 driver that day, Bertrand Gachot. So many incredible records taken here today. Earl Bamber, the third New Zealander to win the 24 Hours of Le Mans after Bruce McLaren and Chris Amon. That will mean a lot to join those two incredible racing drivers. Not only that, but both Bamber and Hulkenberg are rookie winners of the Le Mans 24 Hours, joining people such as Tazio Nuvolari, AJ Foyt, Eric Ellery, Klaus Ludwig, Alexander Wurz, and Tom Christensen. The last rookie winner, incidentally, was Laurent Aiello in 1998. And what car was he in? Yep, a Porsche. It's very, very fitting indeed. Big scenes here at the Circuit de Sarthe as once again the fans leave their respective viewing points and they flood onto the circuit. Let's not forget these guys in third position, the Audi squad, the reigning champions. They came to beat Porsche. They gave it absolutely everything. And once again, Andre Lotterer, Marcel Fessler and Benoit Trelieu were absolutely brilliant. But Porsche were just too good this time. Good to still see that Audi was represented on the podium, though. I think it would have been a little bit unjust if it was a clean sweep, considering how close the battle really was. But Lotterer, Fessler and Trelieu in third position after a cracking battle. Now the party can begin. Here come the men in second position. Let's not forget this either. Wow, that's what it means to Porsche. Brendan Hartley, another New Zealander on the podium. Timo Bernhard, the local man for Porsche at least. And Mark Webber. How long have we waited to see Mark Webber stand on a podium at Le Mans? Absolutely fantastic. It's not looking like a bad idea to switch from Formula One to World Endurance Championship after all, is it, Mark? Some people were doubting it, but now it seems to have been exactly the right move. Now, is Nico Hülkenberg going to make the same move? That's an interesting question for another time. But for the British viewers, Nick Tandy, he becomes the 30th British winner of the Le Mans 24 Hours. And here they come, Earl Bamber and Nico Hülkenberg, rookie winners of Le Mans. The first rookie winners for 17 years. The first Porsche win for 17 years. And Nick Tandy in particular, he's come an awful long way from the national mini-stock scene in ovals as a teenager. And once again proved that if you start your single-seater racing career in Formula Ford, you can go on to very big things. Absolutely sensational. And Nico Hülkenberg, that's possibly going to raise his status too as a Formula One driver. Winner of Le Mans, not just a potential world champion in F1. Now he can forever say, even if he never wins a Grand Prix, he will be a Le Mans 24-hour winner. The national anthem for Germany. They came to Le Mans to win. Not only did they win, they got a 1-2. What an emphatic way to prove to the world that Porsche is now a fighting force in the world of sports car racing again. Fastest all week. Most incredible display of driving and some absolutely fantastic strategy from Porsche. When it looked as if they were going to fall into the clutches of Audi once again, they fought back and they got on with the plan, and it worked beautifully. And Audi have been very gracious in defeat. Interesting to see Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich make his way into the Porsche garage a good 10 minutes before the end of the race to offer his congratulations. A podium at Le Mans is almost a victory, but not when you're Audi. Second position for Brendan Hartley, for Mark Webber, and for Timo Bernhard. Great performance from them, and they get the handshake from the other Mr. Le Mans. If Tom Christensen is the greatest ever, then that's the man he learned everything from, Jackie Ickx.